Imagine entering an ocean that existed more than 350 million years ago. There are no whales, no dolphins, no modern sharks, and certainly no humans. Instead, strange armored fish move through ancient waters, enormous reefs cover the seafloor, and powerful predators search for food. Among the most remarkable creatures in this forgotten world was Dunkleosteus, an ancient armored fish with powerful jaws. Dunkleosteus lived during the Devonian Period, an era sometimes called the Age of Fishes. But what was Dunkleosteus really like? How did it hunt? How large was it? And why did it eventually disappear? Today, we're traveling hundreds of millions of years into the past to uncover the story of one of Earth's most fascinating prehistoric predators. Welcome to Echo's History from the Past. The Devonian Period began around 419 million years ago and ended roughly 359 million years ago. Earth looked nothing like it does today. The continents were arranged differently, the climate was different, and the oceans contained creatures that would seem almost alien to us. On land, plants were spreading and early forests were developing. But beneath the water, an even bigger transformation was taking place. Fish were becoming incredibly diverse. Different species were developing new body shapes, new methods of feeding, and new ways of surviving. Jaws had become an important evolutionary development, allowing fish to capture and process food more effectively. And among the most impressive creatures in these ancient oceans was Dunkleosteus. Dunkleosteus was not a dinosaur. It wasn't a modern shark. It belonged to an ancient group of armored-jawed fish called placoderms. Its most recognizable feature was the thick armor covering the front part of its body. Large bony plates protected its head and front body, providing a powerful defensive structure. But its jaws were even more remarkable. Unlike modern sharks, Dunkleosteus did not have rows of conventional teeth. Instead, it had sharp edges formed from bony jaw plates. These plates worked together as a powerful cutting system. Scientists have studied these jaws to understand how Dunkleosteus may have fed and how quickly its jaws could move. The evidence suggests it had a remarkably sophisticated feeding system for its time, but because Dunkleosteus disappeared hundreds of millions of years ago, scientists cannot simply observe it. They must reconstruct its life from fossils and anatomy. And sometimes, new evidence changes what we thought we knew. For many years, popular illustrations showed Dunkleosteus as an enormous fish stretching several meters through the water. But determining the exact size of an extinct animal is difficult when only certain parts of its body are preserved. The armored head of Dunkleosteus is much better known than the rest of its body. Because of this, scientists have developed different estimates and reconstructions. Some earlier estimates suggested extraordinary lengths, while modern research has questioned some of those enormous measurements. This is one of the fascinating things about prehistoric life. Science changes as new evidence appears. Our understanding of Dunkleosteus is still developing. But there is little doubt that some species were large and formidable predators. So what did Dunkleosteus actually do? It was a predator. The Devonian oceans were filled with animals competing for food and survival. Dunkleosteus had several advantages. Its armored head offered protection. Its powerful jaw structure helped it capture prey, and its size gave it an important position within the ecosystem. Scientists believe large Dunkleosteus species hunted other fish and marine animals. Exactly how they hunted is still uncertain. Did they chase prey? Did they use surprise? Did they attack from below? We cannot know every detail, but its anatomy tells us that Dunkleosteus was a highly specialized predator. Imagine seeing one moving through the Devonian Ocean. Around it would be armored fish, primitive sharks, other jawed fish, and countless marine organisms. There were no cameras recording what happened. No sailors were watching. No written records existed. The only clues left behind are fossils and geological evidence. Scientists must piece together the ancient ecosystem, one fossil at a time. The Devonian was an important period in the evolution of fish, but it eventually came to an end. Near the end of the Devonian period, major environmental changes affected ecosystems around the world. Marine life was particularly affected. Scientists continue to investigate the causes of the late Devonian extinctions. Changes involving climate, ocean conditions, sea levels, and oxygen availability may all have played roles. Many marine species disappeared. Eventually, the placoderms vanished, and with them went Dunkleosteus. The predator that had once occupied an important position in ancient oceans was gone, but its fossils survived, and those fossils would eventually allow humans to discover its story. Fossils are messages from Earth's distant past. Dunkleosteus fossils revealed the thick armored plates and unusual jaw structures that made this creature so extraordinary. The genus was named in honor of David Dunkel, a researcher associated with fossil fish, combined with the Greek word osteus, meaning bone. Today, scientists have tools that earlier researchers never had. Computer modeling, detailed imaging, biomechanical studies, and other techniques allow researchers to investigate how Dunkleosteus may have moved and fed, and future discoveries could reveal even more. That is what makes paleontology so fascinating. The story isn't completely finished. Dunkleosteus may have disappeared hundreds of millions of years ago, but its story tells us something much bigger. Earth is constantly changing. Species appear, they evolve, they dominate their environments, and eventually, many disappear. More than 350 million years ago, Dunkleosteus moved through ancient oceans. It was armored, it was powerful, and it was one of the remarkable predators of its time. Then, the world changed. The Devonian ended, ancient ecosystems transformed, and Dunkleosteus disappeared. But its fossils remained behind, allowing us to glimpse a world that existed unimaginably long before humans. A world where armored fish ruled the seas. A world filled with creatures that would seem almost impossible if we didn't have fossils proving they existed. Dunkleosteus reminds us that Earth's history is enormous, a creature that vanished hundreds of millions of years ago, but a creature whose story still echoes today. This is Echoes, History from the Past. If you enjoyed this journey into Earth's ancient oceans, like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment telling us which prehistoric creature you would like us to explore next. Because history isn't only about what humans remember. Sometimes, history is about discovering the creatures that lived long before we ever existed. The past is full of echoes. We just have to listen.